Hey guys, Matt here, host of I'm Into That podcast/show, and not a bad guy to have on your trivia team, if I'm being honest. I want to get into it very quickly because when we were editing today's show, we had so much fun with it that there was just so much we tried to keep in. And in order to keep it all in, we had to, trim the sides a little bit. So let's trim the sides, and I'm doing that right now. Today's guest is Caleb Hurst, first and foremost, the composer of the theme song for the show that you hear all the time. He's an incredible musician, guitar player, singer, songwriter for the Honey Sticks, an incredible band, as well as a Patreon subscriber. In a second, you're going to see Caleb Hurst, me, and EJ having a rip-roaring good time. And now, if you don't mind, let's listen to the theme song composed and created by today's guest, Caleb Hurst himself. Did you like that song, Caleb?
It's pretty good.
According to the comments, needs some work. That, of course, is the what we've now owned as the theme song for the show. I'm Into That. Mm-hmm. Written and recorded and produced by the one and only Caleb Hurst.
There was some applause. Thanks. I'm really glad y'all used it.
I'm glad that you let us use it.
Well, of course.
It was going to be Everywhere by Michelle Branch.
'Cause you're everywhere to me.
And when I close my eyes, it's you I see. Yeah.
Okay.
But you came in, just nudged her right out.
Well,
We had signed the paperwork and everything.
really?
Yeah.
You paid?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I was like, listen, I'll waste it.
I didn't get
I said, I'll waste it if I can get Caleb's theme.
Well,
I guess I should have texted you first.
Yeah.
I should have texted
I told you to text him, but you didn't.
did.
You said you wanted to pay her first.
Initially, I wasn't going to let you because I was like,
I think the conversation was, what is this? I said, Caleb, I'm your friend. Yeah. No, but we're very, very happy to have it as the theme song and the connective tissue of the show in general. That is the name of that song is. Wait. I know it.
take your time.
I say it at the end of every single episode.
That's true. It's very sweet of you.
Do I say the title?
You have before.
Oh, Matt.
That is She's Thought Of by Caleb Hurst.
Nice.
He got it. He
Thank
just
you.
needed a little second.
Just needed a second.
You knew it.
Oh, how do we start with you? What do we say about you?
Where to begin?
Musician, great guy.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Thanks. Tall man.
Yeah.
Certainly.
All legs.
Tall man, all legs.
All legs.
All legs. Tiny torso.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny torso.
They say smaller than average.
Like the character Wilt from Foster's Home for Imaginary.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Really?
What's that?
Really?
Let's talk about that.
Pull up a picture of old Wilt.
All right.
Yeah.
Foster some imaginary friends?
Fosters of Imaginary Friends?
Foster's Home.
for Imaginary Friends.
There you go.
Wait, that's me?
That's you.
It's you, baby.
Look at you. Look at your arms.
Holy shit.
I love that drawing.
It's even got the eye. My eye was twitching earlier.
Oh, wow. That's why
It
it's
really
like that.
is.
Yeah. That's why it's like that.
And
I
you wear
al-
Chucks.
I know, and I always put my feet out like that.
Do
'Cause
you?
Yeah, it's more comfortable.
Is it? Oh. I thought that was real.
No.
I guess I'm a big dumb idiot. Joke's on me.
It was a fib.
On my very own show.
Sorry, this is my show now. EJ, let's start.
Oh yeah, we should point out that we've talked about this on one of the episodes. How I know EJ through you. And I think that's all that is. I talked about how you are the connective tissue of this show, both in the music form and in the person form, because I wouldn't know EJ without you.
It's because you.
Yeah. And
That's
then
a sweet way to put it.
the segment. I have a way with words. We have talked about you on every episode of this show in one way or another.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
We say your name at the end of every episode. We say thank you for letting us use the She's Thought Of. I know it twice now. I can do it whenever I want. I said thank you
What
for
you call it?
Michelle Branch.
I wish I wrote that song.
Yeah. She probably doesn't even need my money.
That's what she told us. She's like, I don't need this.
I think if
Give this
anything,
to
I need her
Caleb.
money.
Yeah, and then for some reason you didn't.
No, we let her keep it.
Oh.
She said give the shot to Caleb. I'll take the check.
That's a good deal.
Although, could you imagine? Look, your song is great, but if if the
But
fucking
it's
theme
not
song,
everywhere.
if the theme song to this podcast was "Everywhere" by Michelle Branch,
'Cause you're everywhere to me.
that'd be pretty fucking sick.
That would
I
be-
know like 3 Michelle Branch songs. My sister liked her kind of when we were young.
And you only know 3.
Do you know more?
I don't claim to have any
Okay. Okay.
affinity.
All right, let's see. Let's see who knows more. Let's see who
Get
knows
the
more
checks
here.
and get the checks in the song.
All right.
That sound
Give me,
right. You ready?
give me. Wait.
Give me.
What?
This is a random quiz.
Yeah, random quiz.
You're
You
quizzing me on Michelle Branch?
well, you said you knew 3.
Name 3.
3 songs.
Wait,
Give
wait,
me a
wait.
Name.
Let's do it like the Twitter people. Say I can. Oh wait. Say I can name 3 Michelle Branch.
I can name 3 Michelle Branch songs.
Oh yeah, name 3 of them.
Everywhere.
Setup.
Okay, we'll give you everywhere.
All right, I'll believe that one.
Wait.
No,
if
no.
you
You
okay,
better
let's
look
do
away
it.
from the computer.
Let's
Don't-
do this. You look up like her top 5. I'll remember by the title, and then I'll try to remember how they go.
You don't. You
What?
think you can?
No,
get
this is
Yeah.
this is a classic walk back.
Yeah.
This is
You just
you're
give me
like
the
fucking
name. Give me the name.
Beto
when
O'Rourke
I say
walk back.
I know
right
them.
now.
I mean, like I know like how they go.
Oh,
Oh wait. She had a song with Santana.
what's it called?
Did she now?
Yeah, and
Who
it,
didn't back then? He
and
was,
it was
he was shacking up with anyone who would have him.
And there's a song that whenever I hear this other song, I'm blanking on both of them right now, but whenever I hear this other song, I start thinking of the Michelle Branch Santana song. And it was
Okay,
I think I remember this.
you have 2 options
of what? Like
on
in
the
my-
Michelle Branch Santana
Hmm.
songs. So
And then if you choose wrong, we'll beat the shit out of you.
2 options, like 2 guesses?
no, yeah. Well, they have 2 different songs.
We can
together.
do this one of
They have
2
2
ways.
songs?
They have 2 songs together.
Whoa.
So
I mean,
here.
you get them in the studio. It's a fucking riff off anyway. Why don't we cut 2 tracks? We're both really fucking jamming.
We're just vibing. Let's
Santana
bust
goes,
another.
hey, just splice it in the middle. Make it 2 songs. Change the lyrics a little bit.
Remember Smooth?
Oh, who doesn't?
Man, I love that song.
Oh, it's so good.
I've only done karaoke like twice. But
Really?
one of the times I did Smooth.
I have a really funny Smooth karaoke song story.
Oh.
And when I was living in Louisville, I would go to this karaoke bar, Kiko's. Kiko's Karaoke. Great place. Here's a side story to that side story, which is already a side story. I went there so much that one time this guy comes up to me and he goes, 2 weeks ago, you did Kid Rock's Cowboy.
And he was right. Wasn't
And
he?
yes, he was. And I was like, oh, stick around. I'm doing it again tonight. Anyway, this one guy, his name was would only sing Matchbox 20 songs. Only.
Like as a bit.
I think it was
Hard
just
to
like
tell.
perfectly in his register, and that's
Yeah.
where he was like, I'm not veering out of this lane here. Anyway, one time I see him. He gets up. I hear him performing, and I go, oh, this isn't Matchbox 20. This is Santana. This is Smooth. Oh wait, no, featuring Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 fame.
Yeah.
Anyway, it
We
was
got
worth
there.
it.
I know. I'm glad. That was
Yeah.
really nice.
You're not off the hook
Yeah,
yet.
no, don't even think, Caleb.
We're in a
Yeah.
branch off.
Wait.
Give me one of the songs.
We can do this one of 3 ways. You name 3 Michelle Branch songs, one of which is Everywhere, or you name the 2 Michelle Branch songs with Carlos Santana.
But I only ever knew
you
one
name
of them.
20 Carlos Santana songs,
I can't name 20. I could probably name like
all equal
3.
difficult.
Those are your options.
I could probably name like 3. Everybody's Everything. That's a real good song.
Do you want me to check that one, or we just jump
No.
into? This guy
He's
doesn't
never
even,
gonna
he doesn't
do
even
it.
play the game.
Okay,
right.
wait.
Play the fucking game.
We got
Name a
rules.
song. We have to talk about you, not Michelle Branch, who has already gotten her money's worth.
$100,000.
Have we
from
said
us
everywhere yet?
On top of
You've said everywhere once, yes. Really just name 2 others.
I think this will be faster if you just tell me the titles and then I remember how they go.
how would that even be you guessing the
It's
song?
not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's a shift in the goal. Because I'm telling you right now, I can't think
You
of
think you're
anything.
running this show? Is that what you're thinking now?
I think he
He
is.
comes here, he thinks he's just running this show, telling us how our games go.
I think he might be.
Listen, I'm the connective tissue. Okay.
If the next
Okay, wait,
fucking
wait.
things that
Just
come
give
out
me
is not a
wait, wait.
fucking
one
Michelle Branch.
damn Michelle Branch.
If you play the first 2 seconds of the Santana one, I'll remember what it's called.
There's 2 of them.
Play one of them, and I'll tell you based off that 2 seconds whether it's the one I know or not.
Here we go. Play it, and if I can name it before Caleb, he's got to go.
All right, I guess I'll play
Okay.
one of them at
Don't
random.
look at the fucking.
Yeah, he
My
wants
eyes
to
are
look.
closed.
That's all you get.
Are you sure that's not just the music video version?
Play it till we get a note. A little bit of this.
No. That's just the beginning of the hook. Side of the kiss, nowhere out to back. Game of Love.
The Circle of Life.
Caleb's
This is the Circle of Life.
Caleb's answer is
This is the Game of Love.
correct.
Ding ding.
Your own time. This is interesting because you have one of the most musical minds I know.
Thank you.
You know a lot about music. I don't know if you would say that you do, but you do. I think if I'm trying to get into a group, I often go to you and say, hey, what's the best stuff from this?
Mm.
And rarely are you like, yeah, I don't know everything about that. Hey guys, Matt here with a quick note. When we recorded the episode, Caleb had yet to release his single Barrio Gun. As of the release of this episode, both the song and the music video have come out. So we're going to talk like it hasn't, but it has.
It's come out on half of the world as of
Already?
this second song, the
Wow.
Eastern Hymn.
Nice.
But yeah, that's exciting. So tell us about it.
About the song,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it 5 years ago.
First, tell us the name.
It's
'Cause I
called-
want everyone
oh, right.
Googling it right the fuck now.
It's called Borrow Your Gun. Turn off this podcast and listen to it.
No. I'll play a 2-second clip.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
you could do that.
And my son won't know his father, 'cause his dad don't even know himself.
But it's called Borrow Your Gun.
Mm.
I know that this was a Vine. Like the chorus of it was a Vine, like back in Vine time.
Back in Vine time.
Yeah.
I wrote it on an acoustic guitar in my room, and then I made a Vine of it, and then I put it on YouTube like 2 years later, I think.
Oh, so they were full one out, and that was just like a straight acoustic version of it.
Yeah, it was just me like playing the guitar and singing it. And then a few months ago, I started just making like an instrumental thing that was based on the same melody. Actually, oh my
Oh
god,
fuck.
I just realized the theme song for the podcast has basically the exact same intro as Borrow Your Gun.
Because you used a bit of Borrow Your Gun
In
for
She's
the
Thought Up.
She's Thought Up. Wow.
Whoa.
You've heard it here first, folks.
Whoa.
And you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but you never play that part
Oh.
because the first like minute of that thing is just kind of like spacious noise or whatever.
So at this point, they could find both the song,
By the time this comes out, it'll be out for a while.
and you're on your third or fourth album, probably. Yeah, so you can find the video and the single. The video on probably
Hopefully the
YouTube.
video's out by the time this is out. Probably. I think
If it's
so.
not, I'll cut this part out.
You can do that.
I can, and yeah, you should hear the things I say on here. Oh, you are. Cross-reference it with what actually makes it into the show. There you go.
Mm.
I just
I want to
realized-
see the podcast of just the stuff that's taken out.
Oh, all the all the breaths and like me
Yeah.
asking you uncomfortable questions that you go, let's not talk about. You're a big fan of The Comeback, Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's really
What do you like about it? I'm gonna get a bite to eat.
really
No,
because
Tell
I was
me.
gonna say get me some.
no. What do you like about it? What? I mean, this isn't something that you're currently into. It's just something that.
Well,
you
I
advocate for.
did just recently watch it because my roommate Logan, who works with me, he made the single artwork for Barrio Gun, and we're also making the music video together. Anyways, I was showing Logan The Comeback because he had never seen it, so I did just rewatch it very recently.
Did that new viewing change anything for you? Were you like, I just never realized this show was so good at blank?
No, it was just
Cool.
another good experience. it's a very it can be painful to watch at times. Like
Yeah.
how like
I don't have a
Curb Your
problem with that
Enthusiasm or
necessarily.
Lisa Kudrow is an amazing actress, and I
She's-
didn't know
she's
that
good.
until seeing this show.
I do remember being like, yes, this is something that I should watch and then would like. It's very like meta, like Mitch Hurwitz, like Arrested Development.
Yeah,
like
Um,
kind of.
Yeah, so like basically it's raw footage from this reality show of this like washed up actress who's like making a comeback on this shitty sitcom. And so it's like supposed to be like all the raw footage from this reality show. So it's just like all of these little moments of her just being like hyper obsessed about like how she's coming off on camera and stuff and trying to like manipulate situations to make herself look good. And it's just like very real. And
That's a really smart way of going about it because I think you could like a lot of the times you're watching The Office and you're like, why are they shooting this? You know, like weird. But like I think with that, it's like that makes a lot of sense to where like, or like it's like why is this in the show for some reason?
oh yeah,
But if that's the point of it, it makes a lot of sense.
right. It's just like they got it on camera.
What year did this come out?
The first season I think was 2005. You could fact check me. And then it was just on for one season, and then they brought it back.
It made a
It made a comeback.
Wow.
Oh my god! And the show that she was like famous on in the 90s is called I'm It, and she always abbreviates it as It. So It made a comeback is like a real. Anyways,
Is there anything you're listening to right now? Because I know you're always up on the latest.
Igor just came out by Tyler the Creator. I've listened to it like 3 or 4 times so far, and it goes really hard. And there's some great melodies in there that stay stuck in your noggin.
Ooh.
Let's see what else. Okay, there's an album from 2000 or 2000 called Loop Finding Jazz Records,
Ooh.
and it's by this German producer named, I think it's pronounced Jan Jelinek, and he had this other name called Farben in the 90s, and I think he's released something under another name too. But it's just like, it's just an instrumental electronic album that also, there's like very little about this guy. I mean, I see you pulled up the album, but there's like very little information about him. His Wikipedia page is like super short. I was only able to find like 1 or 2 interviews of him, and he's been around for a long time and he's still making music. But
Is he just like in a just making it and sending it out, and then goes?
I mean, he's got his own record label that
Interesting.
he puts everything out, and he's like, been successful. I mean, he's been a working musician for a couple of decades now.
Let's hear a little bit.
Play They Them.
I do genuinely love that, and I've been learning that about myself is that like just putting on like stuff like that to like I've been finding myself listening to like smooth jazz or like Dave Koz is like a saxophonist.
I don't know.
like a very smooth jazz, like from the 90s. I found him through Corey Wong of Wolfpack because he had him on a track.
Gotcha.
But it's like the best fucking work to it music, and I love that. I've also found that I've been putting on like jazz mixes, like even like new. I don't know what you call like Thundercat or like just
Thundercat's
newer
so good.
stuff. But like I find myself really attracted to the instrumental stuff, just because it's just like you can forget about it and just feeling good, just doing this.
Yeah.
Type of.
Yeah, jazz is so cool. And like this album is so interesting to me. I'm like, how does it exist? Because it's called Loop Finding Jazz Records, and I don't know if that's a joke or if it's just like, I don't know if he really like cut up every single sound from actual jazz records, because like
Oh, I see. Because that would be some effort.
yeah, because I found like 2 articles about the album. I think one of them was a Pitchfork one, and it said like basically implied that it was like a joke title or whatever, and then someone else said that he like did this or whatever. And there's like no interviews.
You
of
don't
this
tell
guy.
people about it. They just go nuts in their own brains.
Yeah, but
They stray.
I discovered that album like a few months ago, and I've listened to it so many times. It's just been like,
I'll have to peep it. You have one of the best
Yeah. Right.
Spotify playlists
oh,
I've ever
Thank
listened
you.
to.
oh,
I'm talking about the Get the House Warm. You have
Oh,
another
that one.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it is. It might be up to 16 hours now. Or whatever it
it's
is.
a really long.
I remember at your housewarming,
That's why it's called Get the House Warm.
yes,
There's a housewarming party.
someone was like, "Oh, is this on there?" And you said, "Yeah, but it's 12 hours long, so there's no guarantees," which I love.
I wanted to leave it up to chance.
That's
Just
gr-
but just
that's-
know that whatever gonna come up
that's
is gonna
what-
be cool.
I think that's such an important thing to be like, because I have over the last like 10, 15 years been like, just be chill, Matt. Just be chill. Like if people want to come, let them come. Don't fucking like, like if you want to come hang out, like let them hang out. It's not in me naturally to like just leave it up to chance for the most part.
I mean, it's like restrictive chance. It's
Yeah,
something
yeah,
I
yeah.
know that I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
And that's very important to me. That, like,
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be good regardless.
Yeah.
But
But like, I
just being
trust
like-
myself enough to.
But even just the small energy of like, I really want to hear this song, and so you're like out of it waiting for some song to come up on a playlist or something
And you can always cue it.
you can cue it. But even then it's like, I know this is coming. And if you're talking over Fireball by Pitbull, I'm going to scream.
Which one was that?
That goes, bum, ba-dun, dun, 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 woo, woo, ba-dun, dun, 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 dun. Well, that's
what he does.
yeah.
He does that in everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like Fireball because
Yeah.
you know that.
Oh, I see.
Fireball.
The other thing that Pitbull says a lot is
Mr. Worldwide.
reporting live, which I think is an odd one.
It gives you a dale.
It's
Dolly,
not
yeah.
allowed.
Dale.
Dolly's not really doesn't come up that much.
Dale.
I mean,
How familiar
can
are
say
you
it
with
again, but
Pitbull's work?
A lot more, than you.
I believe you.
I do love
Calle Ocho. That's the other
yeah,
one.
he does that a lot.
Yeah.
Give me some.
Dale.
Sing the song of Paliocho.
What's it called? Pale Ocho?
Paliocho.
Calle Ocho?
It's Calle Ocho, right?
Calle Ocho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8th Street.
8th Street.
8 Mile. That's where Pitbull's from, right?
8 Mile.
You got time for a game?
Let's do the fucking game.
Let's get this game.
The
out.
game?
That's the only piece of media that you didn't create.
Where'd you get that? That's pretty
Ooh.
fire.
All right. Are you ready?
Wait, is this a Bjork quiz?
This is a game.
This is a fucking
It's just
game.
This is
game?
a game.
Okay.
The topic is Bjork. All right. So this is a quiz. right. If
Wait, trivia quiz. Sometimes trivia
It's hard.
things are,
It's gonna
they'll
be hard.
ask just like, why would anyone know that?
exactly. But
Well,
why
you're a
would you
big
know?
Bjork head.
Matt, would you like to explain how the
Absolutely.
rules work?
And I'd like to start. Are you asking me because you forgot?
Well, I didn't know how you're doing.
Is it not just like
Yeah,
ask the
yeah.
question and give the answer?
No, because if you-
I got a thing. I got a thing. I
if
got
you
a
get-
thing. I got a thing. I got a thing. I got a thing.
If you get 3 out of 5 right,
Then I get to leave.
you don't ever get to leave.
So
You're here
what
forever,
happens
baby.
if I get 3.
random viewer gets a mug.
Oh.
Hey, Matt here. Pause time. Listen, we're about to play for the same viewer that Gabriel Gundacker played for in his episode. It was a mistake, and it was before the Patreon was launched, and it's not going to happen again. I'm sorry.
So if I don't get 3 questions right, they don't get no mug.
So it's literally on you. So if you don't do well.
How many questions are there?
Well, I'm gonna figure it out.
Ask some good ones.
I do have a.
Don't
I'm on a trivia page.
ask any good ones.
I've got some good ones. I've got some bad ones. And I've got some okay ones.
Got some in-betweeners.
So
You're going to be playing for Kristen Cercado from Moreno Valley, California. Current obsession, Red Dead Redemption 2. This was from a while ago.
Christian Sarcado from California. Red Dead Redemption.
You're going to be playing for Kristen Cercado.
This is for you, Kristen.
okay,
Or Kirsten.
Or
Kirsten.
I could reread
which
it.
way is the I or the R?
I could reread it.
The higher the
No
higher.
time. No time.
This is for you, Kristen.
All right. I'm gonna ask you. This is gonna be a little bit of a hard one. Okay. Or we'll start
Bring
off
it.
a little bit easier. We'll start off a little bit easier.
Bring it on.
Okay. Do you know the name of Bjork's first child?
Oh.
Firsties only.
I'll give you. How about this? I'll give you. You can
Don't
get-
help the man.
Well,
Are you going to fucking pay for this mug?
yes. Out of Caleb's money.
Y'all are just
So-
buying one mug.
Listen, Caleb.
Well, I don't sell it. I don't earn it.
You either can tell me the name of her son, her first son, or at what age she gave birth.
I would have a better chance at getting that one.
That's why.
Or the age of the child when they were first born.
Ooh, I don't know actually. Benjamin Button style.
Sorry. Answer the question.
Okay, let's see.
Fingers on the buzzers.
There's a video of her in the 90s where she just got to an airport and she's like pushing her son in the stroller, and then a woman like asks her a question. She attacks the reporter, and she says in an interview later that it's because all these reporters were being dicks and just like saying like, and started talking to her son and was like, oh, it must be hard to be a son of a diva, a pop star or whatever. And when they started talking to her son, then she got all like mama on him and started going at this reporter. So that was in 90. It was around post era. So 95, maybe a little later, 96. And the son was probably like maybe 1 or 2. Maybe, oh my God, maybe her son is my age.
How old was she?
How old was
94.
How old was she?
Oh, how old was she? Shit. Let's see. Let's do
I
some
thought
math.
that's what your plan was.
I'm going to say 27.
So you final answer? You're locking it in? You're locking it in?
Let's hear it.
Do you gonna make a guess?
Or 28.
26.
Caleb, your answer is.
Fuck yeah.
I said 28.
Yeah, I know you said.
I
20.
mean 27.
I know the number.
Was she
range that you
26?
said. No, it wasn't.
29?
Age, baby.
20.
You're an idiot.
Maybe what I'm thinking of is her second child then.
Fake fan.
There
Fake
is-
fan.
all right.
Fake.
That's what I'm
fan,
saying. Like
fake
all the
fan.
like personal questions about artists.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
All right,
Fake
all
fan.
right. Redeem yourself.
Like I can tell you all about her discography.
Tell me about this right here. What was the one movie that she made?
Well, she was in multiple movies
That she made.
Okay.
that she made.
I don't know it either. I don't know what he's saying.
She was in Dancer in the Dark, the Lars von Trier movie. She was also
Bang.
in. She
Got
was
it.
also in
We got
one
it. We get
in
it.
the late '80s when she was still in Iceland, and it's in black and white, and I'm forgetting the name of it.
Okay. So that's one correct, one wrong.
All right. Might be a real fan.
All right, let's
We'll see.
Okay, at
Time will
what
tell.
age did she give birth to her second child?
I don't even know if those guesses I was guessing earlier were correct.
Well, I told you.
27. 28.
36.
What the fuck?
I thought you were a Bjork fan.
You're not.
Wait a minute.
All right,
This is
so
not true.
I don't know if you're. I don't know.
Looking at her.
Wait a minute.
I don't know if you're a Bjork fan or a fake fan.
That's funny.
You're a fake fan.
She was born in. She's like 53 now. I can tell you how old she was when she put out her first album.
That's not on the trivia.
It's either 11 or 12.
Have you ever seen?
Isn't that
anyone-
crazy?
Have you ever seen? Well, that is crazy. Child prodigies. Wow.
Bjork. Can I just like talk about Bjork for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Bjork. Okay, so she's from Iceland, right? There was like one radio station in Iceland, and as when she was like 11 or something, she won like some contest at her school or whatever, and she got to sing on the radio, and then someone heard that, and they're like, let's make this kid an album or whatever. So it was like this thing that's not really hers or whatever. She doesn't like consider it like part of like her actual like discography or anything like that. But then
she didn't have like creative control.
yeah, I
of
think
it.
I think she like co-wrote one song on it or whatever. And it's mostly in Icelandic or whatever, and she's like a little kid, and it's kind of like a novelty thing or whatever. And then that was in 77, and then all through the 80s she was in a number of different bands. She was in one called the Sugar Cubes was the most famous, and then Kukul and Tapi Takaras. And in 1990, she did this album with this jazz trio where she just sang. And it's called Glinglo, which is Icelandic for ding dong. And it's like so cool and like weird and whatever. And then in the early 90s, then she like actually started her solo career with Debut. And that was like a collection of songs that she had written over the past decade that just like didn't fit with the bands she was in or whatever. And then her second album, Post, was basically like, okay, I got all that out of my system. Now I'm just going to like do whatever. So it's like genre wise, it's like all over the place. It's got like It's Oh So Quiet, which is like a big band cover. And then like a lot of electronic stuff and trip hop and like softer stuff with like, what are harps called? Harps. And then... I mean, I don't have to go through her whole discography. We only have so much time, but I literally could, like, in detail right now. Her next album is my favorite, Homogenic. Her next album after that is my second favorite, Vespertine.
I'm only thinking about how I'm about to get away with not buying anyone a mug again. Because you're a big fan.
I'm one
All
of
right,
two. One of three now.
So you have two more questions.
You got to ask me some good questions.
You've got two more. Don't worry.
EJ, I'm not giving anyone a mug.
I know.
Wait, I have to get both of these right?
Yes.
You can't miss another question.
All right.
And if this is a softball, I'm going to know it.
Christian,
I'm going
I'm
to veto it.
sorry.
What's the name of the song
Okay.
that she wrote on Madonna's album
Oh, I know this song.
titled Bedtime Stories? Now,
There's an interview where
This is
someone
music.
asks her about it, and she like says,
You're not giving him any more information. Thank you. You're
She-
done.
"There's this interview where she
Send me
like
that
is like, yeah, I kind of did that as like a favor to a friend. No disrespect to Madonna or whatever, but it's
I
like
love that
it's kind of
energy.
funny."
She did what as a favor?
Wrote that song for
what's that
for
song's
Madonna.
name?
what's it's on the album Bedtime Stories.
Don't help him.
Don't you giving more information on Madonna's career isn't gonna.
I let you do this shit when Maya was here, but I wasn't giving away mugs then.
He's got to get both of them right. And realistically here, like, I've seen he's a fake fan. I don't know if he's going to get...
He is certainly a fake fan. You're
Okay.
gonna get dragged.
Here's the thing.
By the real
I'm gonna
fan.
get this wrong, all right? But after that, can you just like rapid fire give me some and I'll like
You have one more question after this, and this question, this one is the give me one.
the what?
This is the give me one.
The
One-
give me one?
Yeah, where I'm giving you...
I'm so nervous.
You're gonna have to give a mug. You shouldn't feel nervous because like I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be able to remember what
I
the
have
name
to
of
watch
it.
EJ like a hawk now because he's a fucking cheater, pumpkin.
Just
Eater.
giving him some more-
Tell me how many words it is. Is
No,
it three?
no.
Is
no,
it three
no,
and the second one is a small word? Like
the next
of?
thing, the next thing you do,
Or
the next thing you say has to be the song title, and if it's not, nobody's getting any mugs.
But Matt.
I don't think that's it. Hit the fucking button. Hit the fucking
So it's called Bedtime Stories. That's the name of the album.
Name of the album.
5, 4, 3.
Oh wait. Tell me, is
2,
love in the title?
1.
Hope for love. It wasn't Hope for
The title of
Love.
this song is Bedtime Story.
Oh, fuck you. Why didn't you say it several more
I
times?
tried.
I know
He knew.
tricks.
He knew.
I know his
All right,
tricks.
this last
That's why
one-
you were getting so
I don't know the
obsessed?
answer to these.
All right, one
So I
more.
live in my own little hell.
I don't
Sorry,
know. I don't know why I guessed Hope for Love.
Sorry,
over-
Kristen. Caleb's a fake fan. You're not getting shit.
Sorry, Kristen.
Do you want to go for the last?
Just
questions?
spitfire me some so that I can gain my confidence back.
All right. What rapper has she worked with?
Oh my God, RZA.
God, all right, Matt. You know what, Matt?
She
There you go,
also
Matt.
she also gave a bunch of vocal samples to Death Grips, and they used them for an entire EP. MC Ride.
That's the game.
Wow.
Give me some
Thank
more.
You, great.
Just for me.
Thank you so
We'll do it all
much.
fair.
You can do it.
Why'd you let him answer? I knew it was RZA.
No, you didn't.
You had RZA pulled up.
No, and you pointed it out earlier. It's because I was.
He's also worked with James Blake.
I was googling.
I know
what
that.
rapper she had
Do you?
worked with.
No, I mean I knew that you were gonna get that one right.
Hmm.
I can't believe that I paid all that money to have Bjork flown out here
Mm-hmm.
to see her number one fan, which I told her was her number one fan, and I'm embarrassed, and I'm out a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't
Bjork.
hear you. If she had been hiding in your kitchenette this whole time, and
Oh my God.
when I walked
You
in, I was like, you
imagine?
know, you have a kitchen back here, and Bjork had been.
She was in the back. Caleb, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you both for having me.
Please tell them where they can find your music right now.
You can find my music. Well, one song you can find on any streaming platform. There are more coming.
Okay.
I think we've plugged your SoundCloud before. You don't want people to hear that?
The stuff that's on my SoundCloud. Well, I'll put the Barrio Gun. I'll put that on SoundCloud too tonight. Sure. But yeah, all the other stuff that's on there is just like early like instrumental stuff from a couple of years ago.
Where can they find
But
this
it's
song?
cool.
This song's there.
It is
She's
now.
Thought Of is there.
Oh
on
yeah, that is
SoundCloud.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put a couple links in the description. You're on you're it's at Caleb Hurst 34 for everything, right? Or is that your Instagram or
That's Twitter and Instagram and SoundCloud, I think.
great at Caleb Hurst 34. Oh, normally after this I say thank you so much to Caleb Hurst for letting us use.
Now you can
theme
thank
song.
me to my face.
Thank you, Caleb Hurst, for letting us use She's Thought Of.
No problem.
Thank you, Caleb. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And for being the best goddamn friend I've ever had. It's true. He's a wonderful man.
Matt.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Caleb.
Bye. Is that it?
Get the hell out of here.
Okay, I'll pack my things.
Oh, once again, thank you so much to the Patreon subscribers: Sarah Catherine, Dane Yoshida, Christopher Jones, Joshua Maldonado, Rachel Doe, The Honeysticks, and La Codessa for making this show happen. We did it. We're at the end of the show. Another special thank you to Caleb Hurst, number one, for coming on the show. Number two, for letting us use that theme song for free. It's so good. I've gotten so much mileage out of it. Really quick links: Maddie_Reedery if you want more of me on Twitter and Instagram. If you want more of EJ, at EJ Gomez. I'm into that pod on Twitter and Instagram. I'm into that podcast at gmail.com if you want to send us a nice message or a mean message. We'll get them either way. Patreon.com/I'm into that pod. I've talked about that enough today. And merchandise available at teespring.com/stores/I'm into that pod. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next time.